Thanks for joining us for more lessons in English and math skills. I am Hazel McNeil Darby, and I will be guiding you with City and Guilds math for today's lesson. We will be focusing on averages. Let's begin. The main thing we'll be looking at today is averages, as we said, which is a part of statistics. So we'll be applying averages as a typical value and use the appropriate average, particularly the median and the mode, in solving problems. Let's have a look at what is statistics. It's a branch of mathematics dealing with the collection, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of facts or data related to real life. The data collected is about a group of persons or things, for example, all people living in a country. In analyzing and interpreting the data, we seek to use values that can represent the data set. Graphs and charts are used to present or show important findings about the group of persons or things. Now, in particular, averages which would fall under analysis and interpretation is used frequently in everyday life to express an amount that is typical for a group of people or things. The idea is to use a single value that attempts to describe a set of data by identifying a certain position within that set. So an average is useful because it summarizes a large amount of data into a single value, shows that there is some variability, meaning that some might be more or less. There is not that the values are all the same, but there's some variability around this single value within the original data set. Now, there are three averages that are used to identify measures of central tendency. So measures of central tendency is another term that we use for averages. And these are the mean, the median, and the mode. I think you might be more familiar with the mean. Today we'll be looking at the median and the mode. So the median, as we said, is a single value that can represent a set. It is seen as a middle value. It is most suited for averages of data classified on an ordinal scale. So if you can arrange things in first, second, third order, something like that, then the median might be most suitable there. Another good thing about the median is that it is not influenced by exceptionally high or low values because we order the numbers. So if you want to find the median, the group must first be arranged in order. You can arrange them in ascending or descending order. It really doesn't matter. You still get the same value for the median. So the middle value of the ordered pair, that value is what we call the median. So here's an example. Suppose we have the numbers 70, 20, and 60. We arrange them in order of magnitude or size. So the list would now become 20, 60, 70, starting with the smallest. There are three values. It's easy to find the middle one. It is 60. So here's another example. Again, we're using three numbers. The score of three students in a test are 7, 9, and 6. Determine the median score. Remember that you need to order them. So to find the median score, arrange the numbers in order of size. Starting with the greatest value, the list would be 9, 7, 6. We could also have started with the smallest value. It doesn't matter. Select the middle one, and in this case, the middle value is 7. Here's another example. What is the median value of the numbers 28, 5, 9, 7, and 4? What's the first thing we need to do? Order the values. So if we start with the least value, it would be 4, 5, 7, 9, and 28. We could also start it with the greatest value, which would now be 28, counting down, 9, 7, 5, and 4. Notice that there's an extreme value there. 28 seems far different from the rest, but it does not influence what is the middle value. So select the middle value. 5 values, easy to find the middle one. Whether you write in ascending or descending order, that middle value is 7. All right, here's a strategy that I'm suggesting that you could use to find the middle value, the median value. There are other suggestions, but let us look at this one. You need to first know how many values there are in the set. You may need to count them, or sometimes a question may tell you how many values you have. Then you subtract the 1 from the set, so the count is now 1 less. This one will represent the median value, the middle value. After that now, half of the values will come before the middle value and the other half will come after the middle value. So find half of the remaining count. Order, take out the one that represents the mean and share the rest into 2 equal parts. Here is an example. We'll go to the board for this one. The time taken to upload 9 documents was 27, 24, 36, 18, 31, 18 again, 20, 35, and 22. So let's arrange them in order. Looking at the board, the smallest number, the least number I'm seeing there is 18 and 18, so I'll put those first. They are not in any particular order. So we're now going to order them. We are starting with the smallest. We could have started with the greatest value as well. So there were 2 18s, that's the lowest values. We'll tick them off as we go along. The next number would be, yes, 20. And then I see 22. So I'll tick off those just to make sure I don't go back. And then after that, looks like 24. And then 27. That leaves 36 and 35, so I'll put 35 first. 36. Let's erase this. 36. Did I miss a number? Okay. Well, there should be another number. 31. Here it is. I missed a number, so let's go again. So I know that there were 9 values, sorry. So I missed 31, so I'll have to start again. 31, 35, 36. Because I ticked them off, I could easily find the one that I missed. As you can see, that the middle value is 24. So another way to find it, put them in order. It's just 9 of them. It's fairly easy. Slot out where you are, identify the middle one, or you could decide that take out the middle one, 8 is left, so 4 will be before and 4 after. All right, so back to the screen. There we see it. Do you see your answer? Yes, 24 minutes would be that answer. Let's take another question. Here we have a chart that shows the score of students. Are you looking at that chart? We need to identify the 7 scores for the student. Do you see that first one? The green one? Yes. All right. So it's exactly at 60. So that first score is 60. Okay. Let's look at the next one. It is halfway between 80 and 90. That's the yellow one. Halfway between 80 and 90. Halfway between 80 and 90 would be 85. What's that next score? The blue one looks like 70 and another 70. So we have 2 scores of 70. That purple one, exactly at 90. What about that gray one? It's halfway between, yes, it's halfway between 70 and 80. So that would be 75. Exactly halfway between 70 and 80 would be 75. And then the brown one is exactly on 80. What's the first rule? Arrange the numbers in order of size, starting with the smallest one. We could use the height of the bars to determine the smallest one, or since we have the values, we could decide on that. So let's see how we go. There are 7 scores. Take out the middle one. That leaves us with 6. Share that in 2. 3 will come before, 3 will come after, just as it is on the board here. So I know that there will be 3 scores before the median, 1 in the middle, and 3 after. So my lowest score is 60. Do you agree with that? Tick it off so I don't make that mistake. The next score is 70. Yes. The other 70 will also follow. And then the next high score would be 75. That's our median. We have already found our median, but let us finish the process. The next score after that would be 80. So let us tick them off. 75, 80. And then we have 85 and 90. 85 would come before 90. And I've already identified my median score. Very good. Okay. So if you look on the board, on the screen, you'll see that I've actually created some space around the median. It's right there in the middle. And that is a sample stage 3 question. All right. Let us look at the strategy again to find the middle value. You need to know how many values there are in the set. If it's not given, you might have to count. If there is an even number of values, there will now be 2 middle ones. For example, we'll look at it in a little while. Right? 2 middle ones, what do we do with 2 middle ones? We now take out the middle ones, which would be 2. So we don't take out 1, we take out 2 scores. So the count is now 2 less, and then we find the mean of the 2 middle ones. Half will go on one side and half will go on the other side. Remember, you always have to ensure that the numbers are in order of size, right? Either smallest to greatest or greatest to smallest. All right? So here's an example. Find the median value of those numbers. So we now need to write the numbers in order. What's your smallest value? They're already in order. 2, 3, 3, 5, 7, 7, 8, 9, and 12. Yes, those are in order, so we have a jump start on that. So we now look at the 2 middle ones. 8 values, take out the 2 middle ones, 6 leave, 6 are left. So 3 would be on one side, 3 on the other side. And as you can see on the screen, we have our 2 middle values there. Next, we find the mean average of the 2 middle scores, which means we add them and divide by 2. So we now have 12 divided by 2, 6. So the median is 6. It is essential to realize that in this case, the median is not one of the values from the set. So if we have an odd number of values, then the mean would be a value from the set. If we have an even number of values, it may not be. Sometimes it is, because suppose the 2 middle numbers were the same value, when you average, you will get it back. For example, if the 2 middle numbers were, say, 8 and 8, then the median would still be 8. I'll give you a little time to look at that. Let's switch now. We're going to look at another measure of central tendency called the mode. The mode is the most frequently, the most popular. Remember those words. The most frequent or the most popular occurring score or item in the data set. It is represented by the tallest bar if we have a bar graph. We'll be looking at bar graphs in a little while, not today. It can be used for continuous data as well as for categorical data, such as favorite fruit, color, mode of transportation, or favorite ice cream. So whereas the other measures of central tendency, for example, the median and the mean that we look at tomorrow, cannot be used for categorical data, colors, fruits, your favorite things, the mode is a suitable measure of central tendency for things like that. Because my favorite fruit, you can't order your fruit. You can't say mango is greater or less than bananas, for example. So the mode is a critical and an important measure of central tendency. However, there are some concerns. One is that you may have more than one value, and another concern that it may not provide a very good measure of central, meaning in the middle, value when the most common score is far away from the rest of the data set. So it has its advantages. It can only be used for, it can be used for some things where the others cannot be used. But on the other hand, it might be off the center. All right? So let us look at mode in real life. A shop manager needs to order some more shoes. She wants to order more of the most popular size. Which average will be most useful when ordering? And we'd like a reason for your answer. I give you a multiple choice. Do you see your answer? How do you know? Yes, it is the modal shoe size. And by the modal shoe size, we mean the most popular. Remember that. The mode is about the most popular. So the reason why she should order the modal value is because it's the most popular. For example, in the shoe store, suppose size 8 shoes sells more than the others. Then your shop manager would want to buy more size 8 shoes because they are the ones that are selling. Very good. Here's a sample question from stage 3. And I should tell you that median and mode only comes in stage 3. So these are stage 3 questions. A gardener counts the number of seeds in 9 packets and record the count as, and those are the numbers, 32, 17, 14, 17, 20, 17, 28, 35, and 36. What is the mode? Remember that the mode is the most frequently occurring score, so the mode is 17. There you go. Here's a question. Stage 3 again. The table shows the number of advanced booking in a restaurant. What is the modal number of advanced booking? It's the most popular number. And as you can clearly see, the most popular number there is 14. Here's another question for you. The height of 8 seedlings measured in inches is? What is the modal height? The modal height is 2, but notice that the 2 is way off from the rest. It's not in the middle. It's not in the middle. So here, the mode would not be a good value to use as your measure of central tendency. The mode does not require much calculation, but it is an essential tool for categorical data. That's all the time we have today for maths lessons.